think it's amazing. Every time I see it, I think that it's truly incredible to watch. But I maybe it's because I'm a father. Maybe it's because I'm not 25, 26 years old. Maybe it's because I'm almost 38. But I just look at it and just see no longevity in this sport for a top performing middleweight anymore.
Yeah, well, and if you look at like Kielzikowski, man, Mateusz Kielzikowski, I remember the first thing that really just blew my mind was him at the Arnold doing that ridiculous like 430-pound Helgen tombstone or whatever they called it. And nobody there could like handle it and get it to their shoulders. Maybe one or two guys, and then he comes up and does 4 reps like it's nothing. Next thing I saw of him was out there in California at Venice Beach, Viper pressing for like 4 or 5 reps, 400 plus pound log, 430, 450, something crazy. I mean, just otherworldly levels of strength. But his triceps been all goofed up for like what, a year and a half, 2 years now? He's basically knocked off the stage. You know, and when I was competing, I always wondered when I was going to see someone fall over and die at a contest, you know, with a cardiac issue. And that has happened at some contests. I think it happened in Great Britain at a contest. And there was always a couple of the guys that were on top of the heap, you know, in the early 2000s, early to late 2000s, I was like, man, mostly early 2000s. Am I going to see one of those guys just fall over and die? You know, when does it happen? Thank God it never did.
You're right.
I mean, but it does happen.
Well, and that's the thing for now, I feel like in the sport in general, the middleweights with, you know, Clash on the Coast being such a big deal, having a first really big pro middleweight show that's not just ASM. For America has been huge for the growth of the middleweight division. But that said, over the last few years, people get their middleweight pro card, and if they're in the sport at competing at a high level for more than a year after they get their pro card, that's a long time. Most of them get their pro card and then they either don't see them again.
Wow.
They're just gone.
You know, I think one of the most remarkable things about Zydrunas is, you know, you of course the high level of strength and dominance and consistency that he achieved, but it took him a long time. People forget how long it took him just to make it into the finals at Worlds. It was like 3, 4, 5 years into his strongman career before he made it into the finals. And then IFSA kind of came along and sidetracked everybody for a little while. But, you know, 25-year run in strongman, almost 30-year run. He started in his teens doing strongman, and now he's like 46 maybe, and he's still doing strongman. One of the definitions of strength is the ability to endure. So I think that, as much as anything regarding Zydrunas, speaks really to his dominance, is the longevity of his career. Yeah, he won like 8 Arnolds and won World's Strongest Man 4 times, and, you know, IFSA accolades and all this kind of stuff. But not only did he do all that stuff, he's still competing. He's not in his top shape, but he's still together and still competing.
But you know that when you see a training video of Zydrunas, when the Zydrunas gut has reappeared, you know it's on, and he's about to do some damage. Because that is a real phenomenon. He'll go from looking like the proudest third grader on picture day in his pictures to having Zydrunas guts on, and then forget it, game over.
Yeah, I saw that Martins video. Martins visiting him. That's recently been up on the internet, and yes, the mono ab is in full force, man. The mono ab, yeah.
Trademark better than
that's Brian Sider's trademark, actually.
Oh, yeah?
If we're going to talk about trademarks and giving credit to the mono ab. You know, when Brian Siders would rarely take off his shirt. Brian Siders is like one of the all-time greatest powerlifters and IPF world champion, and he was the first one in the IPF to break Kaz's world record total that stood for over 2 decades. Brian hit 2650 in a U.S. contest here in West Virginia, and May 15th, 2010. And then he did some international contests before that where he, I think, was like 25, 30 or something like that, or 25, 50, I don't know, total. But to see him with his shirt off, I always said that he was an alien, just like on those aliens in Men in Black, and he had some little dude inside of his belly pushing buttons and pulling levers and stuff, man. Not human, but the little man inside the monoab making the beast move and handle all those heavy weights. So deep thoughts in the Gallimore garage.
I don't have anything else.
AJ, you're awfully quiet.
I don't have any deep thoughts.
That's what all your
Only
football
deep
players.
squats. No deep thoughts, just deep squats.
Oh, right on. Signing off. Like, subscribe.